All right, team, what's up? Welcome back to the Sunday War Room. Okay, this is where we meet up and we first of all we get our heads right. Okay, we got a new week. We're going into a new week. Market's giving us crazy opportunity lately, and these are things that we got to talk about. These are things we got to discuss. But more importantly, as we go into 2026, you're gonna see high performance traders start to dive a lot deeper into the fitness aspect, right? Like, because fitness has really changed my life, and it doesn't need to be anything crazy, right? It's simple workout routines, and it's to build that mental strength. Okay, like us as traders, they can get very stressful. There could be a lot of pressure, right? And I want to build a community, an environment that people can come and build that mental fortitude. Okay, take their trading to the next level, take their fitness to the next level, their health to the next level. And the ways to do that are simple systems that we've built over here. Okay, systems that are going to help you make the right decisions when it matters the most. Okay, so in this video, we're going to be taking some time here on December 14th to dive into some trade review. All right, and obviously in the middle of the sessions, we're going to be doing some little workouts, right? Just some burpees. We're going to be hitting the pull-up bar. I got some dumbbells here with me, and I want to show you guys what my Sunday looks like. Okay, this is how I live my life. Right, every single day is the exact same for me. All right, and this is why building systems is so important, right? Like I used to be over 300 pounds. I used to hate myself, every single part of myself. I absolutely hated. I hated my trading. I hated where I was. I hated my mindset. I hated the individual I became. So, and you don't just hop out of that, right? Like, and you don't wish to be that. You get there because the systems you've built have gotten you there. And trading's the exact same way. All right. So, what better way than to go into 2026 building the right mindset, but more importantly, the system that's going to get you there. Whether it's your diet, whether it's your workout routine or your trading routine. Okay, these three are very important to help you get across that finish line to that next level. All right. So before we get started here, I just want to do a quick review on where we're currently at in the market. Right. So I got this chart over here. This is ES. But whether it's ES, SPY, SPX, it's all pretty much the same chart. But there's just some things that I want to talk about. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of all my drawings. Okay, so I'm going to come over to drawings over here. And I'm going to go remove drawings, right? So old drawings. And we're going to put remove drawings less than, let's do all of them, right? We're going to do that. Bam. Okay. All right, so now we got a fresh chart. Okay, this is a clean chart. What up, Todd? Todd's been with us since HBT started more than 2 years ago. And dude, look at the environment we're building. Like, look at the team, bro. I love it, man. We're getting some really good traders on our team. And before we kick this off, I just want to let everybody know I have something special coming out for newer traders. The Process and Profits Academy. Okay. And I just want to give a little clarity on it before we go further. The Process and Profits Academy is something new I'm starting for individuals that are new to our systems. Okay, maybe they're newer to trading altogether. They're in that 1 to 2 year mark where they're starting to, they see the top of the mountain, but they're not quite sure what needs to change to get there. Right? Process and Profits Academy is it's a weekly group that we're all going to get together every week. And we're going to work together. I'm taking 10 traders. Okay. And we're going to really hammer home the philosophy behind HBT, right? That's the critical levels, moving averages, and the RBIs and GBIs, right? Those three things, right? Critical levels, moving averages, RBIs and GBIs. That is what those three components have really helped me and hundreds of other traders take their trading to the next level. So in the Process and Profits Academy, that's going to be our primary focus. Okay. Obviously, there's going to be a lot more to it, but if it's something that you're interested in, just click the link and check out the page. It's going to give you a little bit more information. All right. So it's a great resource, phenomenal resource. All right. So let's talk about this chart here. Now, what is it that we're going into? Okay, so number one, first thing I'm going to notice here is we're coming into all-time highs. Okay, all-time highs is in it's right towards the end of the new year, right? This year has been a pretty for me, well, let's put it this way. This year we've seen a lot of different events and volatility that came into the market, and we've seen a lot of crazy price action, right? So like year to date here on the ES over here, you can see it's been a pretty good year, right? Like we're up on the year. We took a nice little dip down here, but now that we're coming up towards the high, we have to approach it just like we approach any other trade. Okay. It doesn't matter whether the market's bullish or bearish. We have the tools that can help us take advantage of it. What are those tools, right? Well, number one is you got to identify your key levels. So our key levels in this scenario right here is we got all-time high, right? This is definitely a key level. So over here, I'm just going to put ATH, okay? So now that we got our all-time high, and before I go further, I just want to say every time I look at a chart, I go, okay, where's the opportunity at? Where's the fear at? Okay, where on this chart can I take advantage of people losing money? Okay, because for me to make money tomorrow, someone's got to lose money. Okay, if I get into a position and I lose money, someone else is making money. So once again, we got to become very clear on the criteria we need to see to actually take advantage of the market and the opportunity it gives us. So every time I look at the market, I'm going, okay, where are people losing money? All right. The first thing I go is a lot of people are going to be shorting this. A lot of people are like, oh my God, we came in an all-time high and we got a nice big red candle. All right. So automatically people are going to go, okay, sellers are here. Right. But when I look at this chart, I go, well, we're getting a little play over here at the 20. Notice how we haven't been able to close below that 20 EMA. And this right here is one of the first components of HPT is the moving averages, right? Like when I look at a chart, I go, all right, how's price respecting the moving average? Is it respecting a moving average, right? If it is, that's information that I'm going to use to identify better opportunity, right? So we come up into all-time high, we get a nice large red candle, and first thing that we're going to notice here is that price can't close below the 20, right? So that's once again just a visual indicator that buyers might be a little bit stronger than sellers in this case, right? So come Monday, what am I going to be doing? Well, number one is I'm going to identify my key levels, right? And this goes into our second principle over here at HPT that we trust and believe in and abide by. And every decision I make on the market is based off one of these principles. This is the critical level. Okay. So once again, I need to identify where the opportunity is going to be. So I'm going to identify previous day low, right? And I like to make them different colors, right? This makes it a little bit more simpler for me. So I go PDL and I make it blue, right? I go, all right, bet. Previous day low. Well, that's not previous day low. This is. All right. And then I go, all right, where was the close, right? This is end of day. And now, once again, the reason why we look at these is because this is where the volume is. All right. The banks are the guys that actually control price. They control price movement. So for me to put myself in better situations and identify better opportunity, I should watch these levels because this is where the market is going to be making its decision. Okay. So we got PDL, we got EOD, and then next one's going to be previous day high. Okay. And I'm doing this on a futures chart. So just to be clear with you guys, I'm focusing on the levels between 9:30 and 4 o'clock Eastern. Okay. These levels have more volume than any other level. All right. I get a lot of questions about what about London? What about Asian? Right. Like all those sessions are good. The levels there are good, but they are not as effective. There's not as much volume. It doesn't mean completely neglect them, but it means like in terms of me identifying opportunity, I'm watching the levels between 9:30 and 4 p.m. Okay. These are our key levels. So we got previous day high, we got EOD, right? So right here I go previous day high or PDH. Bang. Okay. Perfect. And then we got previous day open print. So once again, open prints, key level. I'm going to go pre-OP. All right, now we got our 4 main levels. So now when it comes to identifying the pre-market plan, I drop down to my 1 hour. And I go, all right, we have this box right here, okay? This is what I would like to call our key focus, right? Like we are going to be taking a trade somewhere tomorrow in this box, okay? So now I like to go, okay, if we break out of this box, where are we going to head, right? And this is when I whip out my daily and I identify my downside target, right? One of the first ones that stick out to me is this guy right here, right? Why does this stick out? Well, because this candle, this red candle pretty much obliterated everything to its left. So I'm not going to really be focused on any price action in that candle. I'm going to be more focused on what's coming next. In my opinion, it's all about what is it? Like in my opinion, it's for me, it's all about clarity. It's got to be simple. And if it's not simple, if there's too many lines on my chart, if there's too much nonsense or information that actually isn't serving me, if there's too much of that, I'm going to end up making a dumb decision, right? Because when it comes to your decision-making process, right, like it's entirely emotional, right? So if I have a bunch of lines on my chart that I just like in one tends to hit it, I'm going to end up making a decision based off that line, and that line might not be that important. So I got to make sure my chart is super clear. Otherwise, I'm going to end up making just stupid decision, right? So that's our downside target. Our upside target is obviously going to be this guy right here. So now I'm going to go upside. I'll make that green. All right, so now we have ourselves key levels from the daily time frame. Now I'm going to whip out my 1 hour and make sure it all makes sense, okay? So now I'm going to go like, okay, bullish, bearish scenario. So for everybody on my Discord, you guys know I'm always in the pre-market plan. I'm posting a bullish and bearish scenario, all right? For individuals not on our Discord, it looks something like this. So every day, the market is going to look something like this in my Discord. And I'm going to go, okay, here's our key level of focus. And whomever controls this level, I'm going to trade with, right? Like that's the bottom line foundation of how I fundamentally get into the market every single day, right? If buyers defend this, I'm targeting upside target. If sellers defend this, I'm targeting downside target, right? It's the same exact system or process every single day. Now, this is why processes and systems are so important, right? They make it more automatic, right? Like every day, I already know this is how I'm going to do it. Now I get to conserve my mental energy, right? We only got so much bandwidth up here in the mind. So I need simple systems that I'm going to use to trade, right? Like I'm going to identify my pre-market plan. It's going to be bullish or bearish, and it's going to be based off the key levels. And then once the market opens, right? Say the market opens up. Hold on. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. Say the market opens up tomorrow, and it's like right. Hold on. Say the market opens up, and say we get like a little bit of back and forth in the London and Asian session, and let's just say like we open up like right here. So now it's very clear to me. I'm going to be like, okay, guys, this is going to be our key level of focus, right? This is open print from Friday. So now I'm going to go, okay, if sellers control this level, I'm going to target end of day, PDL, and this guy. And then I'm going to be like, I'm going to be very bearish below previous day low. Okay. That's going to be my bearish scenario. And then my bullish scenario will be if buyers control this level, I'm going to target pre-OP, PDH, and this upside target. And then buying acceptance above this level will be very bullish. Okay. Because this guy, right? So once again, it's always the same way. This is the system I use every single day to identify opportunity. Right. And now I get to conserve my mental bandwidth, right? I don't need to waste it going, oh my God, but what if this happens? Or what if this happens? Or, you know, it's already set. I got a template every single day. This is what I follow. And that's exactly what we do on the Discord, right? Every single day. I mean, and just to, real quick, just to clarify here, what happened Friday? Friday, we opened up right here and we sold off like crazy, right? So if I go to Friday's price action, that was the bullish and bearish scenario, right? Real quick, let's just look so that we can clarify this. This was the pre-market plan. It was right off 68744. So if I come over to SPY over here, you'll see. Check this out. It's literally, where are you? 687. What was it? It was 68744, right? So it looks something like this. 68744, right? That was our key level of interest. And then look where we opened right up and we sold below it, ripped right down to pre-open print and all our downside targets, right? So this is literally was to a T. And it's not like, oh my God, I'm Houdini. I knew what was going to happen. It's just all based off market structure. If this level can't hold and sellers take it, you are now entering a bearish scenario. Let's target the downside pint numbers, right? Like every day it's the exact same. Every day. The goal is to not overcomplicate it past that, right? Friday was, dude, how about Friday? For all you guys that were trading with us Friday was such a good day. Like it was straight flow state. Look at it. I mean, price opened up. We got the green bar ignored. And we ended up taking NASDAQ short. We shorted SPX right here. We took NASDAQ short up here. It was beautiful. But the reason why, if you go back and watch the video, I was just so calm and cool and collective about it, is because we were below 68754. And it all happened right off open print. Open print is the key level. Key level. Okay. Believe me when I tell you this. Whomever can end up controlling that open, we're going to trade with. And that's going to be our goal each and every single day. So give me a second here. I got to bang out my burpees because I can't be wasting no time. And like, just to be clear too, guys, like for any of you guys like that are, you know, not thinking fitness isn't important, I'm telling you right now, fitness is one of the most best things you can give yourself. And it don't got to be anything crazy. You just got to get down and bang out some burpees. That's literally it. All right. All right. Back to the charts. What's up, Key? Dude, my puppy has been driving my cat crazy. All right. So let's go back to ES real quick and we'll just finish up what that pre-market plan is going to look like for tomorrow. It's all about building the system, guys. I'm telling you. Clean. Right? So once again, whomever can end up controlling open, I'm going to trade with. Boom. That's it. Buying the HPT cross off the open, I'm going to trade with. Right? That's another thing too. For all the traders that are like, you know, you're new to the strategy, or maybe you're new to trading altogether. This is one of the things that I really like helping traders learn and understand is how to identify choppy market from a good market, right? Like this is important, right? Like as a trader, we make money based off our ability to execute in the market in good markets, right? Like, do yourself a favor and find a way to avoid bad price action. Okay. If you look at this chart right here, this is horrible. This is when Powell was speaking. How did we know this was bad? As soon as our strategy didn't perform, we hopped in long, we had no follow through. Market's garbage, stay away from it. Okay. Versus Friday, we hop in the market short, we get great follow through. Then what do? We hop back into the market short, right? Like, you guys ever heard that saying, strike while the iron's hot? This is what I'm talking about, right? Like, we're only as good as our ability to follow our strategy. But our strategy is only as good as the market it's in, right? Like, I don't care who you are or what your strategy is. If the market is trash and it's not giving you that valid opportunity, you're just wasting your money. You're wasting and I'm talking to myself. Like, I'm not like, guys, this week, I'm not like, let's just go over some of the trades that we took. Where's the data report? So I just finished the weekly data report right here on the HPT cross. Let me see. This will work really well for our video. Actually, we'll just go through the data report. So what you guys see right here. This is the data report for December. I just made a video on it, right? How to optimize your entries using fear, right? The fear candle. What am I talking about, right? What's the fear candle? The fear candle is the RBI and GBI. The RBI and GBI, baby. Like, this right here, this candle is filled with a lot of fear, okay? Now, the fact that buyers got into the market and sellers wiped them out, there is fear present, okay? Now, remember, when you lose money, someone makes money. When you make money, someone loses money. When somebody is afraid, somebody is ready, right? Like, you see what I'm getting at here. There's the equal and opposite. Me and my brother were talking over the weekend because it's my daughter's birthday, and she had her birthday party, and it was a little stressful, right? All you parents know, it could get a little stressful. And he goes, "Bro, don't worry." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "You're stressing, right?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, that just means your kid's happy." Right? Like, if you're stressing, somebody's happy, right? Because your stress is a product of what you're doing to supply somebody else with that happiness, right? So, like, it's just kind of funny, right? There's always that equal and opposite. So basically what I'm getting at here is we need to be the individual that can remain patient, but like a hawk, boom, ready to act as soon as the strategy presents itself. Okay. Regardless of your emotion, regardless of how you feel, regardless of, is this one going to work? The market's been choppy. I mean, what are we at? This month, we're at a 66% win rate regarding the HPT cross. That's actually pretty good. That's actually really good. This is a perfect example, though. Once again, this was Friday's trade on NASDAQ. And just to be clear here, it's same thing every time. Okay. Open print, 930 bell price. Moving average cross, we got one here, we get one here, and then we get a green bar ignored. So there's two ways you could do this, okay? If you trade options, okay, I would argue it's completely okay to enter into the market as soon as you see the GBI, okay? Now, if you trade futures, a 5-minute candle might be a little too much for you to risk, because if you enter in short right here, where's your stop loss got to go? Above this guy. Okay. So there's a little discrepancy here. I recently started trading futures about like 2 months ago, and I found out, I'm like, oh my God, right? Like, we got to talk about this because, it's a little different. But basically what I've done is, if I'm trading futures, I look to play off a moving average. Okay. Now, I know you guys probably seen a lot of my content. It's been directly focused on the 2-minute 20. And that's because the 2-minute 20 works so damn good. Guys, like, believe me when I'm telling you this. If you struggle with pulling the trigger, or if you struggle with like getting good results, I really want you to look at your trades and go, why are you actually pulling the trigger? Okay. Like, Like, why are you actually getting in? Like, in that direct moment, that present moment when you're like, okay, let me get in. Why? Right? And what you'll find, I've like really dove deep into this. Most of the time it was like out of fear for me. Like I was like, oh my God, I don't want to miss it. Or it was, oh, I know this is going to go. Let me get in. Right? Like, so there's all these other factors of why we're actually pulling the trigger. No system. So when you get rid of the factors and the fear and the doubt and you like swim through that, you got to ask yourself, okay, now what tool am I going to use to actually get in? Right? Like, what do I need to see? Like, let's get very clear on it. Because if I can get clear on it, I'll pull the trigger when I'm supposed to. I'll remain calm. So when I scale up, it's not going to be like a huge deal, right? For all my traders out there with, scaling or whatever. What do I actually need to see? And this is where I coined that phrase. If it can't close outside the 20, trade with the 20. Right? Like, and listen, all we're looking for here is if and when price comes up to a moving average, can't close outside of it, I'm going to look to get in it. But of course, the context, it needs to be there, right? Like, we can't just go into Monday and be like, okay, if price bounces off the 50, I'm going to get in, right? Like, we can't be that naive. The context needs to be there, okay? But that is how we use our moving averages. That's how we took that trade on Friday. That's what we were looking for. But once again, right, like, that's why. If you take anything from this war room, let it be the reason why we pull the trigger, right? Like, we swim through the doubt. We avoid all the noise in our head and in the market when we apply our moving average concept, okay? Can't close outside of it, trade with it. Currently sitting at a 78% win rate. Over the last, let's count here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are on month 16 of doing this. And it's crazy. I feel like I started this yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you. But all right, let's just dive into December 2nd right here. December 2nd, horrible price action. This is how we started the month of December. And once again, like, our strategy told us, though, right? It did exactly what it was supposed to. It presented, right? We got a moving average cross here, here, here. This alone is a sign of chop. Hold on. How do I do this? I can go like this. I go, this alone is a sign. Hold on. Where is it? It's right. I thought I could. Oh, God. Okay. All right. Never mind. I thought there was a button I could use to. Oh, yeah, there it is. T. Hold on. So if I go like this and I go T, there we go. Chop. Yay. I figured it out. All right. But once again, like, how do we know it was chop, right? Well, because the strategy didn't have any follow through. Now, this is something I teach to everybody in my mentorship programs. We know how to make money, right? When we see our strategy, we pull the trigger. How do we lose money? When we trade, when the market is in bad market conditions. Now, we aren't going to always know, right? As a matter of fact, when we hopped in this trade, we had no clue. This looked pretty well. I mean, other than the fact that we had 4 moving average crosses, we did get a very clear red bar, ignored, went long. Everything about this trade looked beautiful. It just couldn't respect the 2-minute 20. So the follow through was non-existent. Right? So the trade just didn't have any follow through. And for that exact reason, this is how the strategy tells you to step away from the market, right? Because once again, let's look at 2 scenarios. Scenario number 1 is you take a setup right here and it doesn't go your way and you walk away. And then when you get a day like Friday and the market looks something like this, and you take your trade and you make 110 points on NASDAQ and then you hop in another one and another one and another one. And on Friday, we ended up making 4,800. And it's because we were striking while the iron was hot versus Monday or this day right here. If you're just getting in the market, getting in, getting out, getting in and out, you're going to lose 4,800. So what's the difference? Is there anything wrong with the strategy here? No. The only issue is your inability to walk away, right? Like if you were able to be like, hey, you know what? I put on a trade, didn't go my way, I walked away. You would have been able to avoid smoking yourself for the week on a Monday, right? And I say this because I've done it. I've literally smoked more cash, cold hard cash I did not have because I couldn't walk away from the damn chart. And it's because like you, at that point, you're not even battling the chart, you're battling yourself. And once again, this is why fitness and eating right and take advantage of your, building the right mindset is so important. That's why like trading and fitness and personal development, they all go together. And this is where HBT is headed, right? Going into 2026, because that's what changed my life, right? Like, when you get your head right and your mind right, you got your routines, you got your systems, you got your good diet, your head is clear, you're getting a little more spiritual. You ain't got to be perfect individual, but you got to get rid of the vices. You got to get rid of like all the porn, all the quick, simple, instant gratifications in life. Got to get rid of, guys. And you guys know this because when you trade, right, and you're just like, oh my God, let me get in. Oh, let me get more money, or oh, let me make that money back, right? Like you're just searching for that instant gratification. In the market, don't care. The market gives zero shits about how bad you just want to be green today. But the thing is your mind is unable to tell that the market is in horrible conditions because you just want to make that money so bad. You're like, oh my God, I'm down 600. Oh shit. I was 200 away from passing my challenge. Now I'm 8. Oh, let me just make it back real quick. Next thing you know, you're down 1,000. You're like, oh my God. If I take one more, don't worry about it. And I'm just going to make it back quick. Next thing you know, you're getting in and out. Next thing you know, your account's blown. You're like, holy shit, I did it again. The reason why you did that is because you had your blinders on. Dude, we were like this. You couldn't even tell. And then at the end of the day, you go back and you look at the chart and you're like, are you shitting me? Like, what was I looking at? And once again, it's just a product of not training your system. And it's a product of you just searching for that instant gratification, right? Like, and we all want it, right? But it's think about it. If there's 90% losers and 10% winners, what do you think the 90% have in common? And what do you think the 10% have in common? Right? Do you think the 10% that win, do you think they just are doing what the 90 does? No. Right? And do you think the 90% that lose, do you think they have discipline? No. Look around. I want you to walk into Walmart and count how many individuals you see that are actually in shape and take care of themselves. And that just looks somewhat disciplined. Dude, it's so low. Right? And like, but this is the thing, right? Like you can't expect your lifestyle not to bleed into the markets. So if you're anything like me, I was so damn obsessed with figuring this game out. I had to use the fitness and discipline to do it. And it's a journey. But all right, that's my rant. Let's go into the next trade here. 12/3/2025. This day was absolute trash. Absolute trash. But the thing is we had to log it as a successful day because the strategy did uphold. And this is important, right? Like, think about it. When you look at this market right here, what do you see? Open print. You got a moving average cross. You got a red bar. It's ignored. We're going to draw our little zone right there, right? Okay. Now, once again, let's bring it back to this. All right. Let's focus on this price action right here. What are we seeing right here? A battle. Okay. We have sellers trying to defend end of day. Okay. We have sellers trying to step up again here and here, right? So we have 3 main points of selling. And each one of these red candles, ready, did not get ignored. None of them. None were ignored, right? None were disrespected until this guy right here. Okay. So once this guy was disrespected, all right, let's see if I remember this. It is disrespected, right? Once that candle got disrespected, the shift happened. Okay. And I can prove it to you. Watch. Candle didn't get disrespected. Candle didn't get disrespected. Candle got disrespected and held structure. Now, notice where it got disrespected at end of day, right? So at previous day close, critical level, we have a candle that's disrespected and it created market structure. This isn't something that this is going to happen if you see it or not. Once again, the market does not care about what we think's right, what we think should happen. The market just markets, right? It just operates. And it's based off what? Fear and greed. Okay? When we're seeing price action go up, down, right? Like it's based off fear or greed. This candle specifically is a bunch of sellers getting into the market. And this green candle, that represents greed. It's pushing that market up. Bunch of buyers. But these sellers are now what? They're afraid. They're trapped. So as price comes back into this level, they start to unleash their shares. Okay? As that happens, they're no longer sellers. They're now buyers. This adds to the momentum to the upside. And that, my friend, is the essence of our day trading strategy. I am constantly, this whole 3-step approach is tailored to help you identify where other people are losing money so that you can take advantage of it. Straight up. I got to do some burps. Come on, do some burpees. I want you guys to see my little look at how I'm living right here. It's until I get my house, my next house. That's it. That's it. That's why people are like, oh, I can't get in shape. I'm like, yes, you can. You just got the wrong program. I'm going to be coming out with some programs for people to get in shape too. You start breathing heavy. Bro, you can't have a bad day, right? Like one of my coaches, he's the one that put me onto all that fitness, burpees. It's like, bro, when you're increasing your breathing, your blood oxidation levels, they start going up. You start feeling great, but you think more clear. This is why trading and fitness go hand in hand. And it doesn't matter how old you are. I was at the gym. There was a 94-year-old man in there. Dude looked straight stud. Dude looked like he was 50. 94 years old. Dude's up there, treadmill, putting in work, building that mindset. And I know this shit's all over social media now, but the thing is you building that discipline, eating right, getting your your macronutrients in check, right? It don't even got to be important. I I got macro plans that, like, you know, they're not that strict and they'll still get you in really good shape. It's really like just learning to contain the crazy diet you've been on. It's just like trading, like our system. It's not that hard, but it contains all your retarded behavior that causes you to lose money, right? Like, and that's the importance of a system. All right, this one was a loss. Let's talk about it. So it looks like here on 12-4, this trade, dude, this was blueprint, right? Check it out. I mean, we got green bar ignored. And then price comes up. All right, there's this one. Oh, wait, no, that wasn't. Okay, hold up. We got a GBI right here that had no follow through. Now, my boy Todd simplified this for me way back in the day beautifully. He goes, Josh, when you're trading the RBI and GBI, you're going to lose sometimes. But when you lose, you're only losing one bar, baby. He goes, you're only losing one bar when you're trading the RBI and GBI, right? My boy Todd's from the South, straight stud. He goes, but when you win, you're hitting 2, 3, 4, 5 bars. Like, think of how simple that little system alone, if you implemented that, right? When I enter a trade, I went short, but I got clipped. But it only cost me 1 bar. Now, once again, on my winning trades, all right, how many bars did we hit on Friday, right? Friday, we got into the market short right up here. We made 1, 2, 3, 4 bars, right? Or let's just do this one specifically. We got short right here, like right up here, and we got out down here, right? 3 bars. But on our losing trades, we're only losing 1 bar. And once again, this is going to be the simplest entry criteria, the simplest system that you've ever implemented in your whole entire life. And I tell you this right now, if you could just learn to stick to that one principle, that gem I just gave you. When you lose 1 bar. When you win, you make 2, 3. That alone. Friday's trade made up for 3 losing days for me. More, like 3.5. 1 day. 2, 3 trades. So once again, all right, let's talk about 12-5. 12-5. Look, I mean, dude, this was not last Friday, but the Friday before. This was blueprint. 3-step approach. Once again, guys, the primary focus of this whole session today is to remind ourselves what's actually working. Okay? It's very important because our attention span is shot. Right? So we have to remind ourselves what actually works, right? Like, what's working? What does it look like when it works, right? We want to keep this fresh in our brain. So come tomorrow, we don't just decide to completely abandon what works and trash our accounts. Okay. We got to remind ourselves this is what works. Okay. What works? Open print. All right. If you don't know how to make the money, at least identify where the money's at. Okay, this is where the banks are at. The opened. Okay, the first print of the candle has a ton of volume. Number 2, the cross. Okay, look at the cloud. It's red. Look at the cloud. It's green. Okay, what's that mean? That means that the shift has happened. All right, sellers lost the ball. Buyers got the ball. Now, where's that fear candle at? All right, because the market moves by what? Fear and greed. Okay, so we're looking for a red bar to be ignored. Did this bar get ignored? All right, no. Did this bar get ignored? Sure did. So if you entered right here and put your stop here, you would have been successful. Okay, now if you missed that one, you could have hit this one. Okay, another red bar ignored. Market ripped. Okay, once again, bring it back to the system though. Because we only got so much mental fortitude, right? We're going to be thinking about Christmas. We're going to be thinking about our kids. We're going to be thinking about how much money we got to make. We're going to be thinking about all the stress that life gives us. So how How do we pull the trigger at the right moment without having to think? The system. The system is what you lean on, right? I don't care who you guys are. I don't care if you're trying to scale a business. I don't care if you're trying to scale your trading account. I don't care if you're trying to get in shape. I don't care what it is you're doing. If you want to 10x it, you need a system. It's a must, right? If you want to 10x whatever it is you're doing, you need a system. And I would argue this until I'm blue in the face, right? Now, that's why any job you've ever worked is filled with systems. Your body is a system, right? It has a heart, it pumps the blood, the lungs, the oxygen, okay? Your car is a system. You're trading a system right now. You just are unaware of what system you're trading. So you might be trading multiple different systems, which is why your results aren't consistent. So when you see your system present, this is when you're supposed to pull the trigger, right? This day was really cool, 12-8. So 12-8 right here. Once again, what's the system? How do we trade it? And once again, guys, get involved in the Process and Profits Academy. This is going to be probably one of the most effective resources for newer traders. I'm telling you right now, right? And if you're already in the mentorship, don't sweat it. You guys are obviously welcome to come as well, but it's going to be geared a little more towards the newer type of individual. Take advantage, guys. I'm telling you, I have taught this system to traders with no experience that have become literally past multiple challenges, have grown their small accounts, and are doing exceptionally well because, and honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I like training newer traders because they trust it. And when you trust the system, you're going to execute it when you're supposed to, right? Like our perception of reality it can get so flawed because veteran traders, right? Like most of the time we've been burnt so bad from the market. We don't really trust much. And then we fall back on old habits. Old habits are bad systems. So let's talk about 12-8. 12-8, we get a green bar right here. That's ignored. Notice where at EOD in previous open print. Also, you're going to want to notice that this box, okay, this box right here is what, guys? The area of value. The area of value, okay? Let me bring it back because I kind of jumped ahead there. When you get an RBI or a GBI, you have one job, and it's to draw a rectangle around the GBI, okay? So you guys see the green bar that's ignored. You draw the rectangle. This becomes your area of value, all right? This is so important, okay? The area of value is exceptionally valuable, okay? Because this is where your entry is going to be. You are going to be able to determine who is dominant by who controls this zone. And when you now know who's dominant, you get to trade with them and make money, right? It also tells you where to put your stop loss, okay? Your stop loss is going to go where? Right here. All right, I'll make it red. So when you enter into the market short, you're going to put your stop loss above the area of value, all right? This right here is going to be your stop loss. Boop. Do a little one of these, and then let's see if we can do stop loss. Bam. Okay? So once again, stop loss. I know it's getting a little crazy over here. Stop loss goes above the area of value, and the area of value is the green bar that is ignored. So once again, start from the top. Price opens up. We get the cross. So we know sellers got the ball. Okay? We got open print up here. We got EOD and pre-OP right here. And as we come into these key levels, we get a green bar ignored. We draw our zone, and we look to identify who's controlling it. If you guys got any questions, throw them in the chat, all right? Because now's the time. Sellers are controlling the zone, right? Take the market short. Our stop loss goes above the AOV, baby. Above the AOV. That's it. That is it. Oh, we got a loss. We're going to talk about this one. Hold on. Right after we get some money, right? Don't be afraid to get a little bit of money. See that? I got my little bar right there. That's all I do. Okay. Sit. Okay. Yeah.
What do you want to wear to the Polar Express? Do you want to wear like a black hoodie with those plaid pants? Or Harry Potter sweaters, which is like black pants?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Potter with the black pants. Yeah. Do you know where my hoodie's at?
I don't know. Well, that's why I thought you knew where your black
Yeah.
pants are.
I'm pretty sure my hoodie's in the closet. It's not?
No, because I've seen it in the laundry.
It might be in that. All right. So, all right, let's talk about this trade right here. So look at this. This is just the inevitable. So I got a little joke that I talk about with my brothers. It's called slippage. Slippage is going to happen. Okay. Slippage is when you're on the way to work and some retard's going extremely slow in front of you. That's slippage. Slippage is like when you go buy your groceries and you're thinking you're going to spend $100 and you end up spending $200, right? Slippage is the inevitable. This is life. Slippage is going to happen. You got to be ready for slippage. Now, how you deal with slippage is going to be a key factor to how good you're able to execute in these markets. Because it don't matter what strategy you use or how you use it or how good you've done yesterday or the day before. The market does not care. It's going to violate you. Okay? It's just the inevitable. Now, notice here, all right? This is our strategy to a T. This is a flawless example of it. Open print, moving average cross. Was this red bar ignored? No, almost, but it wasn't. Was this one ignored? No. Was this one? Was this one? Was this one? Was this one? Yes. This bar right here was ignored. This becomes our key area of focus, okay? Now, I also liked how the moving average was respected here. Can't close outside the moving average. This is very bullish. This is what I like to see, okay? We enter into the market long. Right here, I'm targeting this guy, this guy, this guy, and then that guy all the way up there. So we got a perfect trade plan right here. But what happens? Slippage happens. Market reverses on me, stops me out of my trade, okay? Right here, you guys see that little wick? Also, notice right here, bouncing off EOD. So instead of getting frustrated, instead of going, oh my God, I'm just going to reverse my position, right? Like instead of thinking with the blinders, I zoom back and I go, okay, I got stomped out, but is my trade plan still valid? Like, what are the principles telling me? And this is why I teach everybody on my team, don't trade the strategy. Trade the principles that represent the strategy, right? Like trade the story. The strategy is just a vehicle for you to better understand the story. So when I get stomped out right here, yeah, did it hurt? Of course. Ain't nobody want to get stomped out on a perfect trade. But instead of dwelling on it, I instead go, all right, is this trade still valid? And if you drop down to the 2 minute, actually, let's look at it. What was that? 12.9. Let's see here. Can I go see that? Let me see. Where was it? Yeah, we can. All right. So over here on 12.9, this is it right here. So once again, remember, we took the market long. I'll whip up two charts so you can see the 5 and the 2. So the 2 minutes right there, let's pull up the 5. Where's she at? 12.9, 12.9, right here. So remember, we took the market long right here, right? We got stomped out right here. On the 2 minute, it looked like this. We took the market long right here, and we got stomped out right here. But notice something here. Look at the 2 minute. Price comes back up, respects it, respects the 20 perfectly. So while we got stomped out right here, we got back into the market right here because we were able to identify the opportunity was still present, right? Like we didn't let it discourage us. We were adaptable, right? We were very adaptable, and we adapted flawlessly right here. I thought it was perfect. I thought we did a phenomenal job. And then we targeted our upside target, and it's all about being adaptable, right? The more adaptable you are, the better and more easier it's going to be for you to get better results, right? Like we're not always going to be able to take advantage of, slippage is going to happen is basically what I'm getting at. And you got to be able to not let it, this was a perfect setup right here. But remember, when you think it's perfect, so does a lot of other people. And then that's when large money comes in, and they come in for you. So you got to be able to navigate that. And even when you take that loss, you got to be like, okay, is my trade plan still present, right? And study these entries, right? Like look at this bounce right here. I like to study these because if I can better understand these, I'm going to get way better results. All right, so let's just do a quick what have we learned, right? Because I gotta be hopping off here in a minute. Actually, hold on. I think we could do. Oh yeah, look at this short play we got right over here. That was a good one. I gotta do another set real quick. Don't be afraid to get your burpees in, guys. Come on. I'm gonna do one more set. I'm gonna do a set of burpees, and then we're gonna talk about the next setup. Them are the Navy SEALs. Whew. Whew. Navy SEALs. The leg kicks. These things that get you ripped. Whew. Once again, that's all you gotta do. Some burpees with the Navy SEALs. Whew. Gotta get breathing, baby. All right. Let's talk about this short play. Simple. Remember what happened here? We got stomped out here, got back in here, caught a good trade here. Okay. So now I'm about break even on the day, right? And then price comes down and gives us this. Whew, look at that. Beautiful. All right, let's rewind for anybody that is unclear on what we're looking at here. This is our system. Okay, this right here is what we look for every day, right? We've come to the conclusion we trade better with a system. A system is going to keep you from blowing accounts, from making bad decisions. A system's going to keep you more grounded, and it's going to help you use less mental capital and fortitude, right? Like using a system is going to help you just not think as much. And the common denominator in my past with bad results is thinking too much, right? And I bet you guys can relate, right? It seems like the more I think, the worse my trading gets. Is wild as that seems. But right here, what you're going to see is a perfect example of our 3-step approach, okay? It's happening off this key level, and we're getting a moving average cross followed by a green bar that's ignored. That's a short play. I didn't get that short play. I missed it. I was at the gym. But I caught this short play right here, all right? And once again, this was because I understood it. I understood what the system was actually telling me, okay? What was it telling me? I got a green bar that was ignored at a key level, okay, right here. Price came up into the moving average, couldn't close outside the moving average, so we traded with the moving average. Price can't close outside the 20, you trade with the 20. 2-minute time frame, 5-minute time frame, 15-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame, okay? Once again, it's the principle. Because when price can't close outside a moving average, most of the time it's because that moving average is some sort of resistance or support that is going to push price in the dominant direction. Meaning, identify who is controlling the market. How? GBI. At a key level, sellers are in control. I know sellers are in control. I just need to get in now. How do I get in? I'm going to use my moving average because I got to be able to control my risk, right? So for me to get in and control my risk, I'm going to identify the candle being unable to close outside of it. I'm going to enter in short. Either of these are fine. And my stop loss is going to go a little bit above it, right? This is the, oh God, stop loss, okay? So now we have a system that gets us in the market with tight risk, right? Tight risk. Simple, guys, simple. Is this going to make you $1 million tomorrow? No. But neither would Warren Buffett's strategy, okay? Like, it's the long game. Ask yourself genuinely, I've been trading for X amount of years. Put in how many X's. Be like, I have done this well. How can I 10x? How can I get to where consistent, right? Like, everyone wants to be consistently profitable, but won't trade a consistent strategy. Go figure, right? Like, everybody wants consistency. Everybody wants to look good, but they won't follow a workout plan. Everybody wants to feel good, but won't eat right. Like, it's the same. This is, once again, this is why fitness and trading is so, they coexist. Because it's the principles, right? If we want to obtain a good physique, if we want to get good results, we need a good ROI on our investment. Low risk, high reward. Burpees, low risk. I'm not going to get hurt. High reward. Is it going to take some time to get in shape doing burpees? Yeah, it's going to take about a year. That's what it took me. All right. Obviously, I was in the gym doing other things. But what I'm getting at is the system's going to work if you can work it. That was a perfect example of it right there. Perfect. 12:10 we already talked about. Let's do Friday, and then we'll wrap this up here because it's my daughter's birthday, and I've spent a lot of time on these charts today. And it's the obsession. It's shit. Like, we're upset. Like, obsession's going to beat that talent every time. Okay? There's somebody out there that's studying more, he's putting in more work, he's an animal, and he's going to take your money tomorrow because he was willing to study the charts on it. It didn't matter whose birthday it was, right? Like, that's the individual that, like, I was like, I do, Josh, until I make $250,000 a year trading, I'm going to be trading 2 hours a day on demand, and I don't care what it is. I'm just going to practice. I'm putting in the reps. That's it. And that's where I'm headed. And I ain't going to stop until I do it. And that's just, it is what it is. But everybody's else is going to be like, you know what? You know, it'll come sooner or later. No, it won't. What sort of system are you going to put in to get it done? You know what I'm saying? What sort of process are you going to like? I'll bring it back to fitness, right? If I want to get in shape, but I neglect to like have some sort of diet, right, or workout routine, I would be retarded to think I was going to get in shape. I mean, it would be exceptionally ignorant to think you'll obtain a result without some sort of plan or system. Todd knows. Todd trades on demand every day too. Join our team and trade with Todd. See what happens, right? When we trade live, right? Traders will message me all the time, be like, "Yo, how'd you take this trade?" This is what I look for. This right here is what I practice every single day, right? And once again, open print, moving average cross. Oh, shit. Green bar gets ignored, baby. Bam. Hop in short. What goes right here, guys? Oh, snap. Stop loss. That's it. Caught 2 trades that day. So we're gonna wrap this up. But guys, I appreciate you guys coming. This is something new that I want to do. As we go into 2026, you guys are gonna be seeing a lot more content. Just the raw dog. What I need to do to actually make money, right? Like, and I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna give you guys what I do, okay? Because my hope is that it changes your life so that you can come be a part of our team and help us change other people's lives, okay? That's what I'm trying to build. I want to build a team of individuals that trading has changed their life straight up. And not just trading, but fitness, personal development. I want to build a team of individuals that are going to do so friggin' good that everyone else is going to be like, oh my God, I want to be like that. Because like, this is the real deal, right? Like I can't speak on everybody else with the Lamborghinis and the Paganis and Bugattis and all the Instagram money, right? Like I can't talk about that. I'm out here doing it because I want authentic, genuine people, real community of individuals pushing themselves to be that much better. And if I could help one person a day, I'm doing what's right, because I was over 300 pounds. I was coming off anxiety medication. I was horrible at trading. And then I said, I can't go on any further. How do I get better? And that's where I started building little systems, started doing, go on my YouTube, dude. Literally go back years. Look at my shorts. You will see me doing burpees 2 years ago out in the snow on my YouTube, right? Like, and it was just me just needing some accountability. And that's what High Performance Trader is all about. It's a community for individuals to come level up, have some accountability, and become the best versions of themselves, right? Most of us are fathers or just, individuals just trying to be that much better for our family or for ourselves. So that's what we're all about. And if you guys want a good system and you want to get involved and you want to trade and you want to get better, take advantage of what we're offering. All right. Check out the links. Got a free year on the Discord right now for dirt cheap, $200. But you get multiple sessions with me and you get to join a phenomenal community. So with that being said, team, I'm going to see you on the charts tomorrow. I love you guys so damn much. I'm telling you right now, you guys are the reason why I do it. I love you. Let's make 2026 like for real. Let's get this shit done. I'll see you guys on the charts tomorrow. Peace.